Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who've been hanging with me some time, and welcome to those of you who are new to my channel. I'm Adele Levine, intuitive and medium. All right guys, so I just wanted to remind you that so many of you have been booking here off of YouTube readings with me, which I love, and I love meeting you guys who are out there in the sea of the internet. But if you have questions about your reading, or if there's any problems or any of these things, two things. One, I have a video on my website for you to watch, so please watch. Two, I send out 3 emails. If you check the notes, it has all the information. And one I personally send out to you the day of your reading, personally. Lastly, do not DM me on here, on Instagram, because many times your names are not the same as your names, and I can't field social media versus your appointment. I am a professional after all, so please go ahead and email me and I professionally will answer you back, because I can check your name with the appointment in the calendar. That's all I want to say, because it's a few of you have done this, and I'm not trying to sound like, hey, listen, don't DM me. I don't mind DMs if it's just, you have questions about things I do, for sure. However, meaning like, things I've posted. But when it comes to like the personal, booking that you did, let's keep it in the profesh category. Emails still work for you young ones, as far as like keeping it all copacetic. Because like I said, if you're like, Dogman 22 is not going to be the same as your name on the booking, I hope. All right, so just wanted to say that. Let's get started into today's topic, which is grounding. People wanted me to cover this because I talked about shifting energy in the last video that I did. And this one's all about grounding. Although there's nothing grounding about Star Wars coffee. Yeah, okay, so I did the Star Wars thing, but I'm not going to do the Star Wars references too much in this video, because this isn't about going off into the galaxy. This is about keeping your feet planted on the ground. Grounding during a time, especially after the pandemic. So I kind of wanted to do a title like that, but I was like, would it be too long? I wanted to do a title of how to stay grounded, or how to ground yourself after the pandemic. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to end up putting in the title, but this is kind of what I want to talk about, because we're moving into like the world is opening up. And I don't know about you, leave in the comments below, but for me and other people I've talked to, the energy feels like it's speeding up. Even me, I feel, am I talking fast? Am I talking fast? Am I talking fast, Citric? I probably am. But the world feels like it's opening up. It kind of feels exciting. It also feels a little bit like pressure. It also feels a little bit scary. So people are feeling very wobbly and off balance. And I feel like it's after coming out of a very sleepy time, where we had to hunker down and kind of go into our caves and kind of be in our own space. Now, I know I see people on TikTok and other places who joke about like, oh, they love that and that's how they live. But some of you are too young to be like hunkering down so much already. But at the same time, the world may feel a little prickly and a little bit overwhelming, and the waves of everything coming at you might feel this way. I want to remind you, and let me know if you want me to do a video on this, but we are moving into a new world. Even though the world's opening up and it's starting to reopen and all these things, we are still moving into a new version of the world pre-pandemic. And with that, we may feel like something's a little wobbly. So grounding is one of the best ways to kind of get through it. So how do you ground? And what does grounding mean? Grounding means when you're somebody who's kind of like really in touch with the spiritual world or spirituality, or you're really in touch with those kind of higher otherworldly energies, or you're somebody who may be like always running and on the go and always trying to get things done and busy, busy, busy. Grounding is just taking a moment, centering yourself, keeping your feet in the ground, meaning being of the moment, being here and being aware of the presence of yourself. So in the last video that I did about shifting energy, I talked a little bit about that, but grounding is doing things that are of this world. So what would that look like? It could look like playing video games. I tend to do that. playing The Last of Us for the third time. Meditation, going for walks, cooking, even putting your hands into like anything, like meaning like the earth and gardening and all these things. If you see what I'm saying, I'm not telling you that you only, because someone asked me this, it's not about only doing what you like and only following what you like, but it is doing something that is of the material, mundane world. Grounding is when you're like, okay, I'm not talking about all of these ethereal things and all these things that are kind of asking all these philosophical questions and all of these up here. I'm kind of just doing something that's very, earth-based, being in my human body, exercising, stretching, eating, cooking, of this world, doing something that is really going, hey, I'm alive, I'm in this body, I am here, I am feeling myself. So that is the concept. The other ways is sometimes if you even just like put your hands on your head and you kind of push your energy like down, like I'm looking at myself in the thing saying, what does that look like? But if you put your hands on your head and you kind of feel like you're pushing your energy like down, meaning like you're kind of feeling your energy go into your present body. Is there another body? Also putting your feet into the earth, even taking your shoes off, even in your house, and feeling yourself, feel what's beneath your feet. Some people like to go into the sand at the beach, or go for, if you live someplace where you can put your feet in grass and things like that. It's basically feeling yourself. And the reason why it's important is because we spend a lot of time thinking of the future or thinking of the past. We don't spend a lot of time of going, I am here, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm in this world. And even enjoying like a nice, cup of anything, of coffee, of water, just sitting there, even eating your food, if you're like being present about it. Not all the time do we do this, but it ideally would be being present and feeling what's going into your body and enjoying the taste of food or cooking. But it's the idea of you got to sometimes let go of, what does it all mean? Where are we all going? What's the bigger picture? What's the bigger answer? Especially people are very spiritual. We tend to forget about grounding. We tend to be so caught up in the idea of seeing the bigger picture and understanding things from this higher perspective, that grounding ourselves in this world tends to be overlooked. Or maybe it's not as fun, but it can be. Just breathing, even doing breathing exercises and learning how to do, rhythmic breathing, and learning that can also be a way to ground yourself. So grounding is a very big part of life. This is something you want to be aware of even on a daily basis, not just on a weekly basis, not on a monthly basis. You check in with yourself and you're like, okay, have I been living, my mind's been in the future about tomorrow and next week and even next year? Have I just been asking all the big questions and pondering and meditating and raising my energy and opening my altar and talking to the spirit world? But have I actually just checked in with this world? Have I really connected to the earth, to the cosmos, to birds chirping and the earth beneath my feet? So that's another way. If you're into the moon, if you're into the sun, sit out in the sun, feeling the wind on your skin and the sun on your skin. These are all ways to ground. Watching a movie, it's being present of this world. It's important because we have to learn the balance. And as we're feeling the wobbliness of moving from the pandemic world into the world opening up, it's so important to have balance, because yes, you do want to ask these questions like, what does it all mean? Who am I? What are we made of? How are we all connected? And all these things are so important. Obviously, I believe in this because this is what I do and this is what I teach. Connecting with our ancestors in the spirit world. All these things are very, very important. But being here and sometimes looking around and going, oh, wow, I'm like in this space and I'm in my house or I'm at the store, and taking that in. And, you know, if you go back to, like I said, I wasn't going to say every video, but when I went through this time that I went through when I was in the hospital and stuff, for those of you who are aware of it, that was one of the things I came out of realizing, like, just, you know, someone once told me, like, hold the cup in your hand and really feel that you're holding the cup and drink from it and really feel what you're doing, is the way to be present and grounded. But I'll take it a step further, appreciating the small little things, because it's very easy to get caught up in like what isn't and what's missing and what are we not doing, and being hard on ourselves, being hard on our family and our loved ones or our work or whatever, and not really appreciating all the little things that is being alive and is being of this world. Even the pains, I know, and the difficulties means that you are still doing it. You are still a part of this world. You are still active. So don't miscount if you have a day where you feel like you don't want to get out of bed, where you don't have the energy to take care of things. That's okay. Even lay there and just kind of feel your body and feel how you feel and say, you know what? I may not have all of the energy today. I may not feel like doing it, but I'm here. I'm in my body. Feel your bed, feel the sheets, and go, I'm going to appreciate what I'm feeling right now. And maybe after some time today or in the morning, I'll be able to move past this and I'll be able to rise up. Always know, like a phoenix, as corny as that sounds, you do rise up. We all hit those times where you may not feel like you have it in you. And what grounding does is allow you to feel those things. Escaping all the time from your feelings isn't a way to ground. If you are even feeling what you're feeling while you're baking or gardening or even playing video games, and you have thoughts that come to you and feelings, it helps you to be in touch with here and now. I hope that helped. I wanted to let you guys know that Friday, the 13th, I am doing spirit practice communication, meaning you're going to practice with each other. I've noticed you guys have been a little shy about it, but I'm telling you, it's just like doing the seances I do, except for you guys I'm going to show you how to do it with each other or even with me. And just getting into the pool and actually swim rather than just talking about swimming. I want you guys to practice. The people who did practicing intuition class blew themselves away at how much they were able to do. And my cat agrees. So I'll be doing that. I'm still offering 50% off with the code ANEW, and take advantage of that, because I'll probably be doing that for another week, because, you know, we're moving deeper into May. And so I think it's been long enough. Thank you guys so much. Follow yourself, follow no one, listen to your inner voice, and I'll see you soon.